Good morning, world. Today's one of those days that got to say goodbye to one of those dear people that have helped us out tremendously on this planet. Good friend Jerry Creamer passed away yesterday. Um, it was something very special. He was a Melchizedek. Had been known about what's going on for an awful long time. He was an older gentleman, grew up in the South, and, was holding the higher frequencies there, even back when it was the old South. And I met him through his lovely, wonderful wife Donna. A few years. It seems like years. Not even a year ago now. Um, Donna and I had met. Somehow she was drawn to me as she was going through her activation process, and friended me on Facebook and started being one of those activists exposing everything and taking the hard hits to get the truth out. This was before I'd even come to Arizona this last time that Donna and I had met. And she had told me when I came out to get in touch with her. And I ended up in Hopi Land, activating vortexes there, popping the energy dome that was to keep the vortexes from being activated there. That was about a couple of year-long process. I've been doing it with several friends, and then I ended up in Hopi Land, living in the Hope Villa at Titus Farm with Roy Littleson and several other people, doing ceremonies at the medicine wheel there, and finally got that popped, and vortex is activated by September 2011, and by November I was coming out of Hopi Land and going to go into Coconino and winter in there, and there's some big snows that occurred a little bit earlier than I would like to have had, but when that happened, Jerry Creamer had spoken with Donna, and knowing the work that I do on expose of the Illuminati and activation of vortexes, they asked me to come stay with them. And I did. I accepted the offer, and it was a fantastic thing that allowed me to continue the work and showing the world what all's going on. And that was a fantastic thing Jerry did, and he did it knowing that he could be attacked, which he was. I mean, just like I got virus the other day, it was nonstop during 2011, and while I was using his system, he was a target too. That's a problem with hanging close to those of us that are doing this kind of work at this time. That seems to have subsided now. Yeah, it still happens, but it's not near as bad as it used to, and they're not sending their goons out to, come do away with us and kill us anymore. And that seems to have gone. And it happened about the time that Jerry and I were in association. But he took several hits. Yep, he got clobbered a few times, and that's takes a pretty brave soul to associate with somebody that is bound and determined to do this type of work, no matter what the cost. He's known for many a years that the ascension time was coming. He was a Melchizedek. Is a Melchizedek. He just dropped body. He's still here. It's not a big deal, but those of us who understand the ascension process and going on right now, what's going on right now, understand that there's several different ways that people can ascend, and one is transfiguration of this physical being, which those of us that have played in the 21st century world of chemicals. And Jerry was a mechanic. Did very much similar works to what I did. I was a mechanic. I always had my hands bathed in gasoline or oils or fuels. I was also a tool and die maker, which same thing. I was always bathed in chemicals, but Jerry was too. And when you start the ascension process, start your activations, that higher frequencies that occurs within the physical beings starts throwing off all those chemicals and toxins and old negative energies, and it hurts. It can be very, very painful. I've been going through my process since about 2004. But Donna had activated the summer before, about a year ago now, I guess. I'm timeless, so I don't think of months and stuff like that. It's hard for me to sometimes be in the 3D world and keep up with the time. I'm here right now, and my focus is now, although sometimes I skip to the past or skip to the future. Yeah, anyway, Donna had gone through her activation process, and Jerry knew that that was part of his path too. And while I was there, I was happy to witness his part activation and be around him. And having three of us activated in the same place at the same time is pretty magical. Jerry was very adamant about helping the community that he lived in, and people that really needed help. And it gave him much pleasure. He had Sunnyside Bike Shed, and he found out a long time ago that the homeless and people without work needed transportation to get to their jobs. And after he retired as a diesel mechanic, he took his tools and started a different type of mechanicking, and he started bicycle mechanicking. And he wasn't necessarily selling these bikes or even charging for the work that he did. He did it pretty much free to anybody who needed it. And if you could afford to pay for it, then he asked that you would. But he was a very fantastic guy. And as he was going through his process, I could tell the faster he vibrated, he was going through the painful issues that I had also gone through in my activation process, and that many a times is not fun, but it's part of the process. If you're going to get through the transfiguration, then you've got to get rid of all those lower vibrations, all the chemicals, you got to detox. That's just all there is to it. And you don't necessarily have to choose to go through that process to ascend and complete this cycle. Many people are dropping body because transfiguration it hurts. It hurts until you're clean. And for me, I always got gout and joint problems, and that seems to have cleared up now. Last of my experiences was while I was at Donna and Jerry's, and I was doing a lot of detox then myself. But anyway, Jerry had decided that although his wife, Donna, wanted to do the transfiguration in body, Jerry had very openly stated that he didn't want to do that process. He was ready to drop body and to go on through on the higher level. And he went through the first, and the one thing that everybody who desires to ascend has got to do, and that's the heart chakra activation. You got to hit the fifth dimension, and you do that whether you are going to continue the transfiguration process on earth or not. Many people right now are deciding not to, especially the older generation, because there's a time there where we didn't understand what's going on right now, and we absorbed a lot of chemicals, and those chemicals, they stay in the body, and to transfigure, you got to get rid of it. The faster you vibrate, the more it's going to be thrown off. And at the atomic level, it's emotions. It's the very tiniest particles, atomine particles, that you're dealing with there. And those negative emotions, which hold on at the atomic level, have to be thrown off. And the chemicals and other things that we get from our environment and GMO foods or our works or all that, that's at the cellular level that they get thrown off at. And either way, it hurts. It's not an easy thing to go through the process. It takes in each person's decision. They have to look at it and decide whether they want to do this on Earth or off Earth. And it's a whole lot easier off Earth for sure. But thank you, Jerry. The world doesn't seem to realize that the expose that I was doing for the past several years and just recently quit. You can't change the world and keep your focus on a 3D level, having a house and all the things and family and keeping up with society and spend your time focusing on changing the planet. It just doesn't work that way. And Jerry understood that. He understood the importance of what I did. And he gave the world a great opportunity by giving me a place to stay, internet service to work with, and space to do my thing. And the three of us, Donna and Jerry and myself, as we were activated and knowingly expanding the vortex around the Flagstaff area, some very, very magical things happen because of that. And I'm very grateful for my time with you, Jerry and Donna. I know, Donna, you're the one that's you're going through the heartache now. Jerry's not going through any heartache anymore. He's a very great man. And you're very lucky to have had him in your life for so long. I was lucky to have him in my life and be a part of his activation. Witness who this person was. This life. We all have many lives, but it's this life, the ego that we live in comes from. It's not from previous lives. Jerry had a pretty good one. He had good character. He's something very special. He'll be greatly missed. Donna, I love you. Jerry, I love you. And soon we're all going to meet again. And it'll be here in a higher dimensional Earth. Take care. Bye for now.